Got Jen draw the next contestant. All right, and it's Evan. Come on up, sir. Make it hot for Kevin one time, or Evan one time. Sorry, man.
He called me Ethan at the first one. Now he calls me Kevin. We're off. I don't know. How we doing, Trek Brewing? How we doing? It really irks me, the people who say they're as single as a Pringle. Like, do they not know how many Pringles come in a can? You're side chick number 3 at least. And if you are the last Pringle in the can, congrats. Because you're going to end up broken and alone. I feel like I do have to give a advisory for this next joke because there's a kid present. It's always awkward when you catch your roommates fucking in your bed. Especially when your roommates are your parents. The only difference between an oral thermometer and a rectal thermometer is the taste. I was married once. I got married at 19 in Las Vegas. That was my first mistake. It's weird because marriage is just a legal agreement that establishes a 2-person communist society. What is mine becomes ours. I did it right, though. I asked both of her dads for a hand in marriage. She was adopted. And we decided that instead of planning everything out, we would drive 34 hours from the Hocking Hills all the way to Las Vegas. Mistake number 2. Never be in the same car with somebody for longer than 24 hours at a time. You will hate each other by the end of it. Example, as I was driving through Utah, my soon-to-be wife looks at me and goes, "Why do you breathe like that?" I'm sorry, what? I didn't know there was a proper protocol on how to breathe. I'm just not trying to die, bitch, damn. The honeymoon was awesome, though. We ziplined down the Las Vegas Strip together. We went to a strip club that she paid for. Got this weird group dance by a stripper named Angel. I presume she named herself that because she knew she wasn't getting into heaven. Not because she was a stripper, but because heaven isn't real. Now, we got married at a wedding chapel, okay? But not inside of the chapel, no. We got married on the side of the street under a "Welcome to Las Vegas" sign. Everybody driving by could see us. One guy in a yee-yee truck even yelled out, "Huh, gay!" Like, I know I look like Rosie O'Donnell when I shave, but even if I was, that's homophobic, bro. Let's fast forward 2 months now. She's out partying all the time. I'm not allowed to leave the house. You know how bored I was? I was into Skyrim. She was into threesomes. Without me. Our marriage lasted 2 months. The divorce process lasted a fucking year. The reason the divorce took so long is because during that time she had gotten pregnant by another guy. But because we were still technically married, I had to pay $2,000 in court fees to prove that it wasn't my nut that busted in her. And as it turns out, there were a lot of nuts that busted in her that weren't mine. Has anybody here ever had a crappy roommate before? Maybe one who always ate your leftovers, couldn't pay their bills on time, took your car an hour away in the middle of a blizzard to clap some cheeks? That's me. That's my story of being a shitty roommate. I was living with my best friend at the time, and she was staying with her new boyfriend for the very first night. And she just left me her car for whatever reason. So I had an old fling hit me up. I drive an hour away. We do the diddly-do. Now, y'all, I don't get to stay for the after-sex cuddles, okay? I'm not main side chick material. So I'm now driving home at 2:47 a.m. violently stoned. And I get pulled over. And I start freaking out at the time because my license was suspended. But luckily, the cop was pretty cool about it. He also couldn't tell I was lethally stoned in that moment, so that's a win-win for me. So he's like, I'm going to have to watch you call somebody to come and get you. I call my roommate, who's an hour and a half away. But luckily, she was still awake because her cheeks just got done being clapped. And they have a cat, and his cat was scratching the shit out of his back the whole time. So they come and get me. This one guy's shaking his head like, cats, bro, they can really fuck you up during sex. So my roommates come and get me. They're not too mad or whatever. They go upstairs. They start fucking again. It's a small apartment. I can hear the bed frame banging up against the wall. Well, goddamn, he's really getting into her. Now, I might not be good at stand-up comedy, okay? But I am a great fucking hype man. So I start yelling out, "World star!" Finish her! All right, folks, that's been my time. I've been Evan Kackley, bringing up their host again.
Make it hot for Evan still, man. That shit was too good.